The Gorge follows the story of Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy as they are tasked with manning 2 watchtowers overlooking a creepy-ass gorge in the middle of nowhere, with the specific instructions of 1. Don't fuck each other, and 2. Keep watch over the titular gorge and make sure none of the crook shit that lives in it gets out. Being 2 young and attractive people, they disregard the first instruction relatively quickly, and in doing so bollocks up the second part, with Miles falling into the gorge like an idiot. With Miles lost down below, Anya goes after him and the 2 discover the secrets of the gorge, while they battle their way through the fairly sparse smattering of monsters and other shit that populate it, before getting home in time for tea and biscuits. Though the gorge is an entertaining enough watch, it suffers from something rather endemic of streaming films in that it doesn't commit to its main premise, and in fact bails in it fairly early, switching between 4 different movies worth of material without the confidence to really commit to any of them. First, there's the gorge itself. It's huge, it's mysterious, it's full of fucking monsters, and no one knows what it is or why. We can, however, wildly speculate. This guy thinks it's the gates to hell. Is it? Who knows? Sigourney Weaver's in this as the person in charge, and she was in that other movie about the gates of hell, so maybe there's a movie in that. Does anyone in this movie care? Not really. Miles and Anya patrol their respective sides of the gorge each day, restocking the ammunition in the automated heat-sensing gun turrets that line the edge, without questioning what the fuck these things are firing at because they're too busy making googly eyes at each other. The gorge itself and its inhabitants only kick off twice during the entire runtime, mostly to remind the characters and the audience that they're there, but otherwise the gorge isn't that important. Second comes the relationship between Miles and Anya, which in isolation follows the forbidden relationship between 2 watchtower guards, one from the west, one from the east. It's a tale as old as time. It's practically Shakespearean. There's a movie in that. Of all the sections of this movie, it's the most thought out, even though it's 2025 and the whole east-west thing really doesn't matter anymore. The rule that they can't communicate seems fairly arbitrary and counterproductive because both times they're reminded that there's a gorge in this movie, each needs the other's help in defending against it. Thirdly, there's the horror movie that starts when Miles falls in like a dumbass, and for the first minute and change it seems like this place is going to be a fucking nightmare, and there'd be a movie in that if they'd stuck with it. But then they just wander fairly leisurely through the Upside Down from Stranger Things, coming under attack from like 6 guys, escaping relatively easily after only spending about an hour and a half down there, and somehow not setting off any of the heat-sensitive gun turrets. Finally, there's the grand mystery of the gorge, with cover-ups, lies, secrecy, betrayal, and Sigourney Weaver in a nice office in Asia somewhere. And there'd be a movie in that. And this film does definitively answer what's going on and why, and I won't spoil it here, but it's not a good answer, or a well thought out one, because if you think about it, it would imply that the whole monsters thing would sort itself out over time. So there you go, The Gorge. 4 movies smashed into one because it's streaming on Apple Plus and they don't think that you have the attention span for one well thought movie about a gorge, so settle for 4 that are loosely set in and around one. 4 out of 10.